Hello and welcome back. We are playing Victoria 3 as Punjab. Last episode was an absolute wild ride. We started the episode at around a GDP of 200 million, and then we were having crazy problems because we were inside of Great Britain's market and we were losing market access in all of our areas. We were just down to like 98 and then 88 and like 76 or whatever, and so we had to leave their market. We also puppeted Persia or dominioned Persia. We left their market, our GDP slammed down to 80 million, and then we managed to crank it back up to 160 million before getting Great Qing into the market. And so the combination of doing all these things is just absolutely insane. It was a very wild episode, and now we're making a ton of money, and well, I think there's only one thing to do. You know, there comes a time in a man's life, or a girl's life, or someone who's non-identifying life, when they must double their construction. So today, I know we almost defaulted on all of our debt and all this, but this episode, we're going to be doubling construction. We are going to be going up to 3K construction, and that's going to be the goal for this episode. I think if we get up to 3K construction, we will absolutely take off, especially because we don't have to worry about pops anymore, because we're pulling off pops. We're sucking off pops from Great Qing's market, or from our market, from Great Qing provinces, and so this is big, nice. We don't need to do anything except for just absolutely construct our brains out. And so, let's begin. Of course, one thing to do, and it's build more. So this is the control button, by the way. So that'll be the first little flight of ones, and then we also need to put a bunch down in Verset, and Zululand and Transvaal will both also be really good. And this should probably take us up to around 2K construction. We of course do have to be a little bit leery of this. I remember we did want to reform the government, so let's reform them now. We wanted to get these guys back into government, so let's do this one. And then we wanted to go, what was it we wanted to do? I think it was what we wanted, private health insurance, because we do have a relatively large pop, and the SOL is climbing up, and so this will be a thing, and so we'll just kind of settle in on this. Let's take a look at our infamy. I believe it's pretty low. Well, just kidding, it's not very low at all. So we have a whole bunch of construction centers in the queue, and namely, we already have a lot of what we need constructed built. It's just not profitable. Like these steel mills, they can't employ up, not profitable. These like where was the tooling workshops? They're there, but they're really not that profitable. A lot of them are not like fully employed, like this type of thing. And so once we build the construction, we already have like all the things we need in there. Now we're adding 82. So we're adding like 70% additional construction on top of this. This is going to be quite uncomfortable, but we also have a better ruler here that's giving us quite a lot of, oh wait, our ruler's a bandit now. No. Please, no. Jesus. Well, we can't have a bandit ruler. We just can't do it. The 50%. Insane, man. The 50% is just, it's too uncomfortable, it's too painful. So, I mean, we could go... Oh my god. Very annoying, very frustrating. That's one thing I desperately want them to change in the game, but we'll do this. We'll put in a tax on services if we can, but if we can't, we'll settle for... Yeah, we can't. We'll settle for porcelain here. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, who aren't aware, Bandit gives you negative infamy decay, which cuts your infamy decay in half, which is just really not tenable. Infamy decay is pretty important, and so we just can't run that sort of thing in here. We maybe added too many construction centers to the queue, actually. This is a little bit too many, like another 50% more? Well, how much are we paying for construction goods? Yeah, there's actually no possible way we can afford that. We got a little ahead of ourselves. We want to do it this episode, but we don't want to choke to death, so We'll take out the ones, yeah, okay, we'll just take out a smattering of them. It's still going to be a lot. I think we're still going to be losing money, but the thing is our credit line should be growing, and we should also make more money, because a lot of our stuff, a lot of our buildings that aren't currently employed or fully, like, juiced up, they are not that way because they are construction good oriented, and so this will help out quite a bit. At least in that regard. And it'll increase demand. France is importing sugar from us, which is not a good we want imported away from us, but this is kind of fine. We are up around 200 construction now, so this should be good. Let's see, what else do we need to build to try and make this work? So we're creating... Let's just take a look at goods prices. So the coal and the iron, yeah, it's going to be coal and iron, which is a bit unfortunate. We are building a ton of coal down here. Or not even a ton, but we can build a ton. Let's take a look at our infrastructure. We're probably going to just crank out there. Yeah, okay, so we're going to add a couple of these, and then a whole bunch of these. Just look to 51 it. These will be really, really profitable. We'll get a lot of migration there. That'll be fine. We're losing money now, but we've come up about 500 construction since we started this episode. We were fine losing this amount. We're not fine. I think 300, 350 is about the amount that we can't afford to lose. But this we can live with. This minus, it's not even going to be a minus. Let's go, baby. Yeah, we are going to be trying to double construction. 3K will be big nice. Now we have a bunch of unused construction now. Now we're up to 2.1K, so we're up 600 construction on the episode. And the steel mill is going to start employing up again. As will the glass. So the glass is also one of these. Why don't we try and get this to the economies of scale throughput max? Or get to max economies of scale bonus here. Also, oh, we can't switch publicly traded yet. And so this one will also be nice. We do have a lot of arts academies being built. I think we might just try and max out throughput here, just to try and, we'd rather be built in the capital because they are going to be juicing up the capital, and this way the auto queue builds less of those. And we are... Cathari backs down. Okay, cool. And as far as tech goes, we're going malaria prevention. This feels a little bit bad. I think we're going to be a little bit late to, like, all this that's going on. I think the UK is going to get a pretty sizable share of, like, what's going on here, but it's still, I mean, it's still something, at least. We are going to be running quite a bit of turmoil, negative state construction efficiency. As this incorporates and comes on up, it will get more and more effect from our law enforcement, and then we can build there. Notably, the mining is still, like, what's gating us, and even if we, like, we've checked the imports pretty consistently, there's not a whole lot we can do for the lead, the coal, and, like, all this. We can't run any really high level of anything. The only thing we can do is build more convoys, which maybe we should be doing. So let's get on that in order to allow some of our trade routes to run larger. So we'll just do that, actually. We'll put these in the back of the queue. And minus 367k, this is maybe where the spending becomes a little untenable, but I think we can build into this. We are notably, you know, cranking up at like 800 more construction, so we've already added like 50% construction here, and we're just shooting to the moon, and hoping that we don't miss and end up in space where there's no warmth or love for us. That would be big sad. That is not ideal. And of course, perhaps we've bitten off more than we could chew, but you know, it's like the tale of Icarus. He escaped his prison of the earth and was swiftly returned to it. Alright, I think we can run this. Look, this is just growing really, really fast. It was like 92. Our credit line was like 92 not so long ago, so I think we can take this. Azerbaijani, we're getting some migration. Are you still at war? Yeah, but the UK can't possibly win this war, and so we'll see if these either go over to Persia, which would be big nice because Persia's a subject, or if they're independent, which is also pretty nice because then we could just, you know, dominion them ourselves and then annex them, and this will be pretty comfortable. We do have a couple subjects, so we could go after these once our little wars are over. We really hate that the UK is really getting a lot of this, and we're not. I mean, we weren't, whatever. Maybe we should be, it's not too bad. But we are making a ton of, yeah, look at this just fly up. Absolute trajectory right here. Remember, it's not the size of your line, it's the shape of your line. You want it going straight up. You want it to be firm and projected upwards. We just have these 2 wars, and then I think we have like 20 infamy. There's like no shot we do like annexing these guys, but I think we can annex Tripolitania here, or either Eche or however this is pronounced, Siak, and just look to kind of incorporate some of these guys. We could also bankroll people. We see that this is coming on down. As this cranks up, we will run a little bit of a smaller thing. We will look to, I think, decrease taxes maybe a little bit. I mean, SOL is pretty high. Let's take a look at our migration. If our migration's like really high, maybe this isn't the province to look. Our migration attraction is pretty good, it looks like. And so, we annexed Radical Montenegro. Good, good, good. We don't really want to annex Montenegro. We just want to leave them as a subject. They're going to be a good subject overall for us over time. We do have the Trucal Coast. We are incorporating that now, I think. Oh, we can also do our skyscraper survey. Let's do that. And then we'll need to build a few government administrations. We will put those at the front of the queue. If we can. Why don't we add a few for Kashmir? Because they have insufficient tax capacity. In Baluchistan, we'll put these at the back of the queue. And then Western Afghanistan, we'll add a couple. And we kind of want to keep them a little bit spread out. Or we want to deal with local insufficient tax capacity as we go on. But we have such a high level in Punjab, we don't really want to push this up, because once we get telephones, this should nuke, you know, any kind of problem we have. So we kind of want to go for those less. What is this? Is that map? Okay. Did they win? Hurrah, they beat the UK, I guess. We do want to start a fight with the UK at some point by going and taking Messina, I think. But I don't think we're at this point yet. I think we're at the point where we would truce. We do have a truce with them. How about with these guys? Oh, they have natural resources. Get them. Alright, we're going to take a quick save. It's hard to imagine a GP we actually would really absolutely hate fighting here, though. I mean, we're not quite ready for Great Britain, but do we hate it? Not especially. Because we would be fighting just them. I think it's probably... We're going to look at which one has better or more resources, although I think they kind of just have the wrong ones. I mean, this one has coal, this is fine, and rice farms are going to be nice. Especially if they're not on very good PMs, we'll just annex them. We don't have our construction queue fully filled out, it looks like, for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that is. Let's take a look at our agriculture here in the capital. We 51'd a few things. I guess we could 51 tobacco, except tobacco competes with opium. And I think we'd rather just have a lot of our opium production ramp up, so I think we won't go for tobacco. We are kind of interested in maybe fighting Russia. So we're going to take some 2 low infamy wars, and what we really want to do is we want to release Perm and go after it. But we also want to start taking chips out of the UK. We would love to get some sort of alliance or defensive pact or something. But I think this is going to be tough, and we have to fill out this construction. Although it has +2 there, not sure how that shakes out, but... Alright. We will just take a look here, and we don't really know what we have to be building here. The synth plants are pretty profitable. The motor industries are relatively profitable. The textile mills are really profitable. And the food industries are as well. So let's find a... Okay, we find a food industry here in Punjab. And let's just 51 this bizzle. Okay, and then let's also up it in Baluchistan and put it in auto-expand in Baluchistan. So this will be good. And then we also had clothes and motor industries were doing quite well. So Eastern Afghanistan, we'll put this up to 31, 41, 51. We'll add a few of these at the front of the queue. Western Afghanistan, I think. And then the textile mills, we're just looking for ones that are kind of getting close to 51. Like Kiva here, and then we'll just 51 them. And then we'll make sure it actually is 51 itself. And so this will be good, nice and profitable, nice and employing up. And so we'll kind of push for those in order to fill out the queue a little bit. Who's this? Austria's getting in there. Man, everyone's getting in on this. This is not ideal for us. Although, I guess we are going... Well, we're getting malaria prevention, but if these guys... These guys, they freaking have it already, don't they? Yeah. Or at least, no. Austria does? Yikes, dude. Austria's gonna get a huge chunk of this, too. Big Grim. This is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Probably the worst Congo run I've had in a while, but, like, it's not like we're in especially good shape for it. This feels a little grim, but this doesn't feel grim at all. And neither does this. Look at this. You can see where it just changes direction. This is when we get China into the market and we suddenly start siphoning off a whole lot more pops. And so this is like a very nice inflection point where we are coming on up. We're going to go up to speed 4 as well. We're just going to annex these boyos. Annex the other boyos, I think. Annex Tripolitania, maybe. Just try and tie up some loose ends, I suppose. About to hit 16 on this. I think we will hit 16. Let's take a look at our needs prices. Could we get grain cheaper without producing it ourselves? This is always the question, right? Azerbaijan is having some problems. Have you finished your war yet, my guy? Looks like you have, so we can just go after Azerbaijan. I think that we probably just dominion them. It's kind of a big chunk of infamy. Maybe they're not even worth going after in that way. Maybe we could just bankroll them instead. It's probably a really cheap bankroll. Yeah, let's start our first bankroll. We'll make these guys like us. Try and get them in. Trying to protect them. Give them a good old slow bizzle. We will land Siak. I think we'll just double land them just to make sure. Probably gratuitous. We will also recruit generals. I know we have people sitting in HQs. Southern Africa HQ we will do something about in just a moment. We're just going to delete the units there. So I'm guessing they're in Transvaal. Orange and Zululand. Let's just delete these. Cool. And then, let's see what else did we want to do. We wanted to recruit an admiral, and we need it in the Niger HQ. Not really getting guys from the groups we want. And we'll just recruit a couple, and we'll just have 4 admirals for now. This seems like a decent number. We do have to add another 700 construction before the end of this episode, but we're on a pretty good pace right now. GDP is coming on up really, really fast. Let's take a look at our power status here. We're kind of closing in on France, the number 2, and we're in. We in it, bud. Except, of course, weird front splits. You'll love to see it. Yeah, we just move that guy over. We'll move the 15 stack over here, this sort of thing. We get oil. Oil's the future. The future's not the children. And we say unfortunate with the North Borneo situation. We could also try and dominion the Netherlands. I think that this is actually a pretty good dominion. Spain started a conquer state play against us. Interesting. Well, why do they think they can win? Because they have 2 Sicilies, Spanish, Philippines, Cuba. What are they trying to conquer? Siak and conquer... But we haven't even annexed these yet. I wonder what happens when we annex them, if their play gets nuked. Either way, I think we would like to take Gabon, what they have of Gabon, or actually what they have of Congo would be nice. I think there's a floor in regards to price, but probably 2 Sicily's insane. We can't transfer either of these very easily. We can't Dominion. We can go for war reparations, which is just kind of a simple thing to go for. Let's go for war reps. And maybe conquering either Congo or Gabon here. I think Congo is probably more useful, because it would actually allow us to colonize in through here. Kind of weird that they start this play against us. As well, I think. Maybe they can win it though, so I'm just gonna add some barracks here. This HQ. Just strange to me that they're doing this. Annex Cockend. Poor boys. Well, I wonder who we might be able to get. We'll mobilize all. We'll conscript in a couple places, but I think overall we won't need to conscript too much. And we can sway. What do you guys want? Offer take treaty port? We can offer up anything. These are Philippines. These are Cuba. We could offer up a treaty port in Western Andalusia or something. Just anywhere, really. So we can really just go ahead and go after some big things. And just ask for Germany for a little help. I think we go after Western Andalusia then. Or actually, we're not going to release Galicia. So we'll just do this. More than happy to get the North Germans on our side in something. And we'll also look for war reps from the Sicilians, I think. We're looking for this. Yeah, we already have an interest there. I think we just go for Congo as well. They are worried, and we can even sway another person. I think we say Ching. What do they want? They want an obligation, or but we can't sway them, I guess. I guess we'll move some of these guys to the front. We're gonna leave one Persia guy behind. We're gonna move these guys to the fronts, but probably have several do landings in the capital on some of these guys. Let's see what else we might want. I guess war reps on Sicily. We're not like really looking to bust up you know, Spain necessarily. Although we could, I guess. I don't think this benefits us too much. But, oh, we also have no whatever left. Yeah, okay. Indian uprising here. Let's go, baby. Except it never succeeds, but let's go. We should tidy up this war and get a little bit of an annexie. I wonder if this even just bricks their war goals here on this one. Because this war is going to start, and then... yeah, we'll see. If they want to give up this, all this for... they're worried. War of progress. Ooh. That's nice for us. And we will just try and get a landing off in Spain. And we're gonna just triple land them, which should be effective. Karak Adawala. Oh, this is the guy we left at home intentionally. Oh well. Maybe sacrifices and wars, I suppose. Hope I'm taking this war a little bit less seriously than maybe I should. I think this is a little bit of an easy war. Yeah, but we're about to finish tidying up these guys. But I do think getting this is going to be nice because we'll be able to push in through here as well for colonization. It's going to be big unfortunate that we don't get a lot of I don't know, we're going to get it some, but we're not going to get a lot. Germans are importing silk from us. We annex Siak. Very nice. We're going to hit them with our handy dandy smacky wacky button. And fertilizers is a pretty big one. We were actually thinking of doing that actively, so that'll be nice. Let's see if this breaks their war goals, though. Haha, it does break their war goals. Get wrecked, nerds. Alright, because they're no longer in the control of Siak, they're in control. We are controlling them. We'll go improve ferts, and then we'll also go fertilizers everywhere. Which is going to produce a lot more grain, which is going to really crank up SOL. Look, it's up to 16 now. Hot. And it is cranking it up without necessarily needing to raise the wages, although the wages are coming up. But now they're spending a lot on clothes, and we're also making clothes cheap. Do we not? Oh, we need to input some construction. I thought we were cool. I thought we were making money. Little did I know. We're not cranking. And if you're not cranking, you're last. That's the expression, right? If you're not first and cranking, you're last and not cranking? No, that's not the expression. We'll add some stuff to the queue. Oh, you kind of already have a lot of infrastructure here. That's fine, I guess. We do have a lot of pop in Niger Delta, and I believe this is incorporated, or we're incorporating it. So why don't we crank this up and put it on auto expand? We should also be putting a lot of these on auto expand that we're not. And if you build it, they will come. The pop, that is. And so that's looking good. Our naval invasion is starting to go in. And yeah, this is cranking up. Let's make sure that, yeah, this is auto-expanding. This is auto-expanding. This is, we'll put it on auto-expanding. This is getting close to being max throughput. We're just going to crank it up, but we are a little bit leery of the fact that, yeah, we saw that it was not fully employed. I think that clothing's really the way to go here, though. Right now. Because our inputs for clothing are extraordinarily cheap because we output a lot of silk. China's outputting a lot of silk. And so we can really crank out some clothes and just export them, I think. Kind of want to push up the economies of scale on these boys, but a little bit of front. And so here we have the triple landing in action where, so it's the combat width is not wide enough to capture both the armies here. And so the triple landing fails because one gets the navy, one, it's all just 1-1-1. So this is a bit unfortunate, but I do believe our war goals are such that we can enforce them below 0 for war reps and the Congo, although Galicia, no. That is a cheap one. But we can also try... Ooh, looks like maybe Or was one of these just late to the party? No, it was just no good. And look at this, we're only losing 100k-ish after all this. And our GDP is cranked up. Look at it, 311. Let's go, baby. I'm thinking that which one's mostly... I think this is the one that's mostly incorporated, yes? Yeah, so we're gonna just crank this up here. Because we do have to put all that stuff in. We are getting Mahara wants an alliance with us. I don't think so. It is this Germany. This is Germany. Germany is going to get in there, so that'll be big nice. Let's get in there, boyo. That is, that's trench infantry. So I guess we also can't fight Great Britain at like this inflection point either, so because they probably have trench if Germany has trench, and so we're just at a point where, yeah, we should just crank up construction instead of trying to fight GPs, probably, which is what we're doing, actually. And speaking of actually, let's get this going. In terms of all that more additional construction. So currently we're adding up to 240. We will be at 240 construction centers. We started off with like 130, so we've very nearly doubled. We won't get there quite just yet off that. We will move some guys over. Hopefully Germany somehow manages to assign to the front instead of getting bugged out and bricked off their own landing. Which they get bugged out and bricked off their own landing. That's fantastic. Really cool game mechanics here. I think we will just try and triple land ourselves then. Or we could just quad land, because the triple land caught snags, right? So, I mean, we did this wrong because our 8 stack is landing our 30, but it doesn't matter because we're abusing a mechanic, right? We're not... But look at this GDP just fly up. Courtesy of some extra construction. We got more in the queue, more coming. Let's take a look at prices, though. Yeah, steel is coming up? Really? Is that the real? Yeah. But we're having trouble employing at all the steel places. So, well, at least right here, right, we're having trouble even though it's profitable. So we're gonna swap this onto water tube boiler. Are we experiencing general problems, though? Can probably swap those on relatively soon here, but we're just kind of looking around. So we're fully employed here. What about Kashmir? I think Kashmir has 51. And so we're profitable but not fully employing in a lot of these steels. So let's just see about using some labor-saving PMs in general. It's not... But perhaps specifically for the steel. Although I forget if steel is extremely efficient or not on these, but we'll just put them on. We do want to slowly be turning on labor-saving PMs, so... Breech-loading artillery is spreading, so that's super big nice. I guess it's because we rivaled Spain. They might have done that weird play against us. This is like a suicide mission on their part. But also, once we finish all these construction centers here, between, you know, the law enforcement decreasing the effects of the turmoil from the negative state construction efficiency and the positive state construction efficiency we'll have by having a bunch of construction centers, you know, we should be in okay shape. We get a successful naval invasion. We're going to get a little bit of push ski here. We'll see how all that goes. We'll just move some more boyos over. And probably look to land... against 2 Sicilies as well, because we do have war reps on them, and we'd like to get that shaking. So that would be nice. Darfur Uprising, or the Fur Uprising, you love to see it. Furries of the world unite, untie. Looks like we're just getting more and more landings in here. And they're not ready for this heat, yo. Wow, why are our PMs so suck? Poor visibility? I don't know how I feel about this. Hopefully Germany helps out. We will try on the 2 Sicilies now, though. Because we have 3 landings we can do. And hopefully we don't pull anyone off of fronts. This will be awkward if that's the case, but also don't hyper feel like double, triple checking everything, so there's that noise. And by that noise, I mean, of course, the sound of outside. Wee woo. Our construction is going to kind of hit this a little bit soon, so why don't we just kick up a bunch of this construction into the front? And we're like making money. That's not acceptable. We want to be deficit spending. We're trying to crank. We got 1 speed and it's forward. And I know what you're saying. Speed, that's not a speed, that's a direction. Well, you're wrong. It's a speed. It's forward. Look it up. We get the war reps on them without even needing to land. Weird. I don't know why they gave that up. But can we take everything? You'll say yes to everything, so... but German Federation does not agree to what they wanted. Classic Victoria 3 diplomacy here. We gotta let the Germans lose some more boys before they're ready for this. Alright, well, I think we want these guys kicked up, relatively speaking. Of course, we still got this guy who's a bandit, which is just so apocalyptically bad, man. Peace between France and then Indian uprising. Wonder how that went. I don't wonder how that went, by the way. I'm pretty confident I know how that went. BT dubs. Hopefully, ooh, would love to see Great Britain get wrecked and just like not know how to do this. Of course they probably will, but I think we'll take the 8K. Man, we're getting huge tech spread. Is there like, there must be a catch-up mechanic on the vents. Skyscraper survey is completed. Of course you have to lay the foundations before you can actually build it, but now we will be building ourselves. Wait, why can't we build a skyscraper in Punjab? This is our capital. What? Why did it prioritize Uzbekia? That's so asinine, man. Alright, well, whatever, I guess. We're ready to increase colonization once we get malaria prevention, which we're about to get soon, so we're not going to spend any of this. We also have a bunch of extra construction we need to commit to stuff. So we're going to take a look through the industry tab, and we're just going to look for what's really profitable. BC Motors is around 2, textile mills is still cranking out. Glassworks is getting okay, as is furniture. So we're going to take a look at furniture. Is there anything that's almost 51? Alright, we're going to 51 this. And then Glassworks. Nothing even remotely close to 51. We'll just kind of add a couple here and there. And then clothing, anything close? No, but we're cranking stuff out already. But why don't we just add a smattering here and there? And then, I don't think these were making money, but these were making money. Let's 51 it in Baluchistan. And that's kind of a lot to add, so let's add a couple rails. And now we're losing money at a pace that is kind of where we want to be. We'll put this on auto expand as well. We see that these are having employment problems, so why don't we start turning on more of these PMs for labor saving as well. We're turning on water tube boiler in the engines. And we enforce on Spain, so now we're ready to annex some more guys. Let's take a look at our infamy. I think it's relatively low. We can also, should be able to start a colony. We're already colonizing there, but we can colonize here now. Austria is just cranking through because they have malaria prevention. It looks like France doesn't, which is going to hurt them in the long run. So we can annex Tripolitania. This is probably a fine one. Could also annex over here, Etche. I think we'll go after Tripolitania because the oil is there. They have quite a lot of oil. We'll just take a quick save just in case things get a little hairy. but I'm thinking that this will be relatively fine, no matter what happens. Let's actually look and see if we can get alliance, just to give us a bit of a more insurance. Looking for an alliance with either Austria or France or Germany, I think. Well, they won't go for one, they won't go for one, they won't go for one. Okay, cool, we'll annex. And we'll just take a look through this and see what's going on, maybe. We got battalions in reserve, so let's recruit a general. Where are they in reserve? The Niger HQ. And we gotta nuke some boys from... We actually just should promote a couple of these guys from the Nigeria HQ as well. This guy is up big now. And then we gotta nuke a couple of barracks over here. Wow, we really have to nuke one in each? Terrible. Who designed this game? Alright. Losing around 300k, but look at how big our credit was. Like, our credit was like 90 mil at the start of this episode. Now it's 150 mil. Get out of here. We can deficit spend this all day. We got this all day. Look at our pop, too. Straight up. Courtesy of some Han pops. And so, yeah, everything's just like absolute crank beefcake mode. So, there's all that noise. Can't put in any more war goals because you can't extra annex anyone. Unfortunately, that's not a mechanic. But we are about to get... We're about to get there. Alright, we got this from the Persia HQ and North India HQ. And then we'll just make sure not to land with those guys. Spain is embargoing us, that's an interesting choice, but, you know, power to them. We're almost at 3k construction, so pretty comfortably fulfilled what we said we were gonna do. We'll just add another few, a smattering out here. We'll get this up to, we'll get some of these up to multiples of 5. And that should probably bring us to 3k, actually. And then we should be pretty fast. We have most of our pops are incorporated. I guess we could incorporate this. I think we canceled it before, but we can incorporate it now if we want it. $16.9, nice. So we'll just triple land them here. In Tripolitania. Hey, let's go. So we're looking to not bad land Buma or Sheer. Not land Buma or Sheer. Not land Buma or Sheer. Not land Buma or Sheer. Baba. Alright. Baba Yaga. Alright. Let's go, baby. Now we have a lot of... We get malaria prevention and socialism. Big ups. For socialism, I think we can probably put the trade unions in the government, right? Oh, and we're even more legitimate that way. Oh, are they powerful too? They had gotten really weak for a little period, and now they're powerful, but they're going to really love us going for a graduated taxation, which is also going to be big nice. Once we hit graduated taxation, we'll lower taxes significantly. This is a bit uncomfortable, but I guess we'll have to just get rid of this. It's fine. And we are at a point, like a weird inflection point. I think we go electrical generation, but I'm not sure if we're supposed to get Miltech here or not. Breach loaders is not spreading to us, but we'll increase to the max institution here on colonization, and now we will just fly on the colonization speed. Of course, we're just a little bit slow here, and so it's unfortunate, but Great Britain's going to get most of this by. And by passing the law that these guys like, by the way, we do get some manufacturing industries throughput, which is a big one. We would like to get this, but silly moderate doesn't like us very much. Well, we're going to be able to lower taxes once we get on graduated, so this is going to be a pretty big deal. Get our thing with them. Yeah, this is just gorgeous. Look at this line, dude. It's so straight up. Especially out of, like, the depths of despair, like when we left the British market. Imagine the people. You know, they'd have been like so mad at the government. How dare you leave the European Union? And then great success followed. These are such good labor-saving PMs. Let's do it. We're gonna do it because it just makes labor cheaper overall. We still have to do... Okay, coal is the more efficient one, but I think we just want to start getting in on these as well. So we'll do that. Labor is expensive. We didn't hit a smacky-wacky button somewhere, but we'll just do it manually there. We'll put this on rail transport like it always should have been. Put this on auto expand as well. And we will look to, I think, intentionally put a lot more clothing in as well. Outer house lines going up to, was this 24? So this will be 25, 26, 31, 41, 51. There we go. Always 51ing. We got 1 speed and it's 51. 151 rum. Okay, what are we looking at right now in terms of state construction efficiency? We got a pretty big malice here. But we do have all these construction centers which kind of offset the malice to some extent. Why don't we just put these on auto expand? Because we do want to get them up. And they'll just slowly wind up. Beautiful. What is our alliance, when is this up? Ooh, we can annex Persia as well. I think we're a little bit high on the infamy right now. Well, maybe not. Maybe we can do it. Okay. We'll move this 15 stack over to Tripoli. Let's see if we can form any alliances, or invite people to customs unions, or do any of this stuff. So customs union, can we get anyone? No, not really. Not even close. Alliance. North German Federation will do it for a price. North Germany, unfortunately, is not super strong. You know, if we sort by GDP, I guess they're stronger than Austria. And we can pull them into every war. So, I guess... I mean, we're going to continue to improve relations with them, but I think the strategy is going to be forming an alliance immediately before we dow, like, Messina in order to get a fight with the UK. We get graduated taxation. Luck sack the first tick. This will take a little second to adjust. It normally, like, you hemorrhage money and then you gain a bunch. Yeah. I don't know why it does that, but that's always how it performs. We annex Tripolitania. We will use our handy dandy smacky wacky. This button is an absolute, like, godsend, by the way. For those of you who weren't around before the button, those were dark times. Look at this GDP come up. Boy. We can probably incorporate these pretty easy, yeah. And they will eventually discover oil, so it'll be nice to have these around already put up. We kind of could afford this minus 300k spot, so we're going to do this, which will stimulate the economy, and it stimulates the economy a lot more depending on what your taxation system is. And we've kind of figured that it seems to be the most stimulatory when you're ungraduated, although this is kind of a preliminary opinion. Do a promotion? Sure, why not? Everyone gets a promotion. You know what sickens me though? This freaking stupid skyscraper all the way out here. It kind of makes us want to build tall out here. But like, oh, it's so stupid. Trade nexus maybe? Does this apply just all trade route volume? This is way better than bureaucratic nexus then, so let's just do that, I guess. I think it has to be subsidized. Is it auto subsidized? Or no, it employs that. Touching the sky, magnificent. We don't want that approval, but we do want to eventually get onto regulatory bodies. So how mad does this make the Industrialists? -1 from 9 to -1. It makes the Intelligentsia sad because they have a stupid market liberal. Which makes kind of like all of these law changes suck, because we really want the Intelligentsia bonus to pull more trade. Is there anything we could pass that they would like? Probably not. Ooh, maybe. Nope. So if we could get these guys in government, we could pass private health insurance, which we would prefer, but they have a bandit, so there's like no shot that this is good. And we're over 3k construction. Big nice. Let's just find some more stuff to construct, of course. Ooh, let's come into here. Let's go into industry, and let's just take a quick look. Synthetic plants are pretty good. I mean, synthetic plants are good for driving up the demand for sulfur. We have really efficient stuff, but let's see. Do we have any high synthetic plants? We kind of do in Afghanistan, so let's just 51 this. So 21, 31, 41, 51. So that'll be nice. Tooling workshop will 51 in Baluchistan, I guess. And then we need to put in Western Afghanistan, Baluchistan, we need to put in things. And for this, we'll just add some there. And now we're fully fleshed out, and we're minus 500k, which is fine. It's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. It's fine. It's fine. We definitely want these to be not auto-expanding, but subsidized. Our kingdom for steel passenger carriages, though. Am I right? Ayo, let's go. Great Britain's on getting a little bit of shellacked out here, which is perfect for us. And our colonization speed. Ooh, I do think we have to. Yeah, we have to save and then reload. I kind of hate that. We're gonna save and reload. Maybe now's a good time to conclude the episode, though. So yeah, rather than save and reload, we're going to conclude the episode here. We finally got on to malaria prevention, and we doubled construction from, you know, 1.5k to 3k, and this line is just cranking straight up, basically. We're catching all these people, and we passed France, which is big. And so, you know, we're getting close to the point where we can rumble, and we want to do this on a power spike where we are probably going to be on trench, because they're already on trench and we know this. So we're probably going to, you know, do a little production tech. You know, we're going to get through the rest of this tier 3 here. We're going to get combustion engine, electrical capacitors, probably electric railways, and then we'll pivot and come back here and do this. I don't think there's any tier 4. I don't think there's any society tech we really want to prioritize at this point, like left in the game, really. So it's going to be, you know, kind of a plan for this. This will be our shout. But yeah, we just doubled construction. We're focusing on ecoing up, and it's really, I think important to emphasize that a lot of this is off the back of the fact that we have great shake in the customs union, and that this is our market, and that we're siphoning off pops, because, like, look at this pops. Like, we do not have to worry about grabbing pops. We're getting cheap labor, even though we're, like, doubling construction and just absolutely cranking out. And, like, if we look at, like, our GDP, like, line versus theirs, like, ours is, like, very vertical, and theirs is, like, you know, their shape's not as nice as ours, is what I'm saying. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.